Hey, what is up guys, and welcome back. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about the top 3 spiritual practices that you can start today. With spirituality, there are so many vast habits and beliefs and common core traditions that are into all kinds of concepts. So in this video, I hope that this can help anyone possibly get started with anything. And in this list, you don't have to be in a particular religion or any spiritual group or community to be in this. A person can do this in the comfort of their home. They can do it outside. They can do it with other people. They can do it by themselves. This is just an overall thing that is great for people to get started to doing right now, and of course from personal experience. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first habit that anyone can do when they start a spiritual practice is meditation. Now, I bet you guys are probably watching this now, probably thinking, this is a no-brainer. Of course, meditation is a part of spirituality. Yes, of course. But sometimes meditation can be overlooked. And the reason why that this is overlooked, because people really don't give it a chance, and sometimes we'll think that sitting to ourselves in silence and doing nothing is completely boring, and what does that have to do with me growing? And the reason why I say that meditation is important is because when you meditate, you will gain some insight, or you'll have some kind of insight, and you start to get to know yourself, how you think and why you behave the way you do. Now, one misconception about meditation is that meditation has nothing to do with quieting the mind. Now, what I mean by quieting the mind is that you don't have to quiet all your thoughts or reject all your thoughts that are coming through you, because naturally we are humans and we are going to have thoughts and feelings. So with meditation, it actually helps us to embrace our imperfections, whether how we perceive a thought or a feeling as good or bad. So that is really important to do, is a meditation practice, and to just notice how you feel and how you react to things. It's much more of a way that people can become more self-aware from their surroundings and how they behave, or how they talk to people as well. So meditation is a big pointer out of this. And if you get anything out of this, at least try to meditate. At least 5 minutes out of your day, to at least try it. Now, the second point that I would like to make for those who wants to get into a spiritual practice is to practice some kind of somatic practice. And what I mean by somatic practices is being in certain postures where you are grounded, that you are grounding yourself, and to be in tune with your body. So what I'm implying here is to try out some exercises where it can connect through your body. So this can be, if you go out for a walk in nature, you can go out for a jog, walk with your dog, or walk with a family. And this can also include doing yoga, for example, too, which I prefer most of the time. Tai Chi. There are so many options that you can get into your body rather than being in your head all the time. And this can make you be more in tune with your body. And you can be aware of how your posture is and how it works. And even just to, and it's also an act of self-love with yourself, and to be with yourself with pure love in its most purest form. Once again, to start loving yourself, and to breathe and take in and embrace what is happening at this moment. And if you notice too, yoga and meditation, they both correlate together, if you notice, or at least that's what I see it. You can kind of connect the dots, so to speak, on how yoga and meditation both intertwine together, and not being a one whole separate thing or an idea. So I suggest for those who would do is somatic. And now the third and final last thing that a person can do into starting a spiritual practice is journaling. Now, this is one of my favorite parts too as well, aside from meditation and yoga. Now, the reason why I say journaling is important is because journaling is not about just writing about what went on with your day. Journaling is about reflecting with yourself and how you're improving, but not be too obsessed over it. Now, now journaling is like about, it's kind of like think of it as you're writing your own story. And once you write more pages, the more you add more to your story, such as this could be a different timelines that you can set up to. This could be your little sanctuary where you can write down your thoughts from whatever practice that you're doing or what you've learned. And journaling doesn't have to be only specifically to one thing. And it could be into different sections where you can have one journal for about specifically on meditation practices, yoga practices. This can be on quotes that you read in the book, or this can be different journal entries that you've gained insight into delving into these practices. And this is where you will get your most fulfillment. And I think that's where journaling, I think this is where journaling actually aims in the key of developing or to even cultivating your practices. Your practice will become much more deeper when you get into journaling much more often. And that's where you're going to get most of your practice out of, if you start writing down your insights in journaling. So, now this is a lot to take in. Now, of course, I'll repeat again, these 3 habits, you don't have to necessarily have to be in a certain religion or a certain tradition to start doing these things. If you're just starting out, try to start off with practicing one thing at a time instead of doing all of it at once. Because when you do it all of it at once, you're gonna get overwhelmed, you're gonna get discouraged, and possibly give up. So, if you are into this stuff, just try it out and just go with the flow. Just go with your intuition. Like just you will know if something feels right or not. And if it doesn't feel right to you, or if it doesn't resonate with you, if it's not a loving practice that you like to do, then you can do other things. So that's all I have to say. So, and that's all I want to talk about today. If you like this video, please feel free to share it and like it to anyone who is interested in cultivating a spiritual practice every day. And if you like this kind of content, please check out my other videos. And if I miss anything, please let me know in the comments below. Or if you have any other practices that you do that I have not mentioned, please feel free to share it. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. So, as always, I'll see you next time. Take care.